Hello there, welcome to another episode of World of Tanks with Ngani Titan, and this is another older video of the FE4202P on the Caen Map. It's since the FE4202P got a buff. It was while I was playing British tanks there for a short period, for some reason or other that I can't quite recall right now, but I took the notion of playing British tanks and I had a few decent games of a variety of British tanks, and this is one of the ones that I'm going to share with you now. So, when I was watching this video, I was actually thinking about one of the harder things to learn in World of Tanks. And I think it's a problem with life in general, and more people than I have had it, which is the reinforcement of failure. If you're doing something and it's not working, stop doing it and try something else. That people get invested in what they're doing and in the way they're doing it, and they just keep at it, and quite frequently that's not a path to success. You need to be able to recognise that what you're doing isn't working, and of course there's lots of sayings for it, like if you're in a hole, stop digging, and various other old saws of that nature. But I have actually seen it happen in real life. I've seen a fairly substantial software project fail simply because people weren't willing to stop doing what they were doing and take the risk of trying something different. It wasn't necessarily guaranteed that something different would have worked, because there was a big time crunch at that point in time, but it had a better chance of succeeding than continuing the route they had already chosen. So I've pushed myself out too far here, and I was actually quite fortunate to escape with just one hit, even if it took a substantial amount of my hit points away from me. However, I'm not actually doing my team a whole lot of good in this location. It takes me a while to realise this. I'm up against pretty strong tanks in pretty strong positions. Like the Emil is down there, he's hull down. The King Tiger is hull down to the north of me. There's a Carnarvon up there, a Centurion, and they're all in the kind of terrain and locations that really suit tanks like Carnarvons and Centurions and King Tigers, for that matter, or the Emil. Down there, okay, I'm going to get an opportunity to put a couple of rounds into the Emil, but that's nothing to do with the position he's in, and more to do with the fact that the Emil is sitting there for quite a long time, showing me the side of his turret, which is a failure on his part, when he'd probably been better off pulling back and waiting for his reload to complete, or whatever it is that he's actually been doing there, waiting for somebody to pop out possibly. But when he took the first shot, he should have pulled back straight away. So I start to realise that I'm not actually achieving a whole lot here. Now, I'm not failing or anything like that. I'm just not achieving anything. And it's unlikely that I will. Just don't have the tank for this position, given the tanks that I'm up against. And I would be... And it's not like we're at risk of losing the position if I pull out or anything like that. We have a lot of tanks here in the centre of the map. Whereas, for instance, up to the north of me, we're actually a bit light. We have the potential, the enemy have the potential of maybe getting a 2-for-1 on that Emil 2 over there, for instance, depending on the way they use the rocks in the ridgeline and who it is they focus their attention on. So I think I'd be better off coming out here. Now, I do need to check it across this piece of ground without being shot at. And it looks like the light tank and the medium are both on the other side of a ridge line. I'm not spotted. The King Tiger can't see me, not from there. Not that I can see the King Tiger that much, but probably wasn't worth stopping for the shot, really. I would have been better off just keeping going and bringing my gun into play where it would be more useful quicker. So I'm going to push out here, see if I can get a crossfire set up against any of these enemy tanks. Now, the two of them are still on the other side of the ridge line. There is the medium, the object 416, but I don't have a clean shot at him now. If I pull forward where I am, I run a risk of being, if I'm spotted, being caught in a crossfire. So I'm going to come down here so that the possibilities of crossfire are more limited. And again, fall prey to the old snapshot syndrome. I'd been better off waiting for that tank to aim. He wasn't aware of my presence, and well, he's still not aware of my presence, but is he going to keep backing out? I am spotted, so he did spot me. So I have to be careful pulling out here. I don't want to expose myself too much to the tanks in front of me now. I think I bounced that one off the side of the Centurion, and I am in line of sight of the enemies in front of me, so I better pull back before they start to do some real damage. I'm unspotted again because the T95E2 hasn't pulled out since, so now I can afford to push out a little bit to get the shot on the Carnarvon. Now I didn't penetrate with that last shot, and he's now behind a building, but he's going to keep pushing forward, so I think I can afford to wait for him to come out and we finish him off. King Tiger has popped into view again. Should be able to get a shot on the turret now. I think that one actually went into the gun mantlet. It probably didn't hit the side of the turret, it hit the front, which was well angled, and therefore it didn't penetrate. Now I'm going to wait and see developments. The King Tiger doesn't reappear, and I think, well, maybe I can pull in on top of that T95E2, especially now that he's taken a hit. It should be takeable. And that would give us a considerable advantage, because then we would have widening the front. Now the King Tiger has come down, so we get one in. We're in a pretty good position here. We're pretty much hull down. Thought it was maybe too much when he's pointing the gun at me to wait for him to, he'd probably reload before I did. The T95 comes up and misses. But I want to get rid of the King Tiger if I can. So we've got the back of the turret, probably can shoot through the rocks and we finish him off. Didn't need premium ammo for that. Probably could have switched back here with the T95, but I didn't think of doing it. So we get a penetrating shot in there. He is probably a one shot if I get a high roll. He penetrated with that one and we didn't manage to finish him off. So it takes another shot to finish him off. We get the T95E2 out of the way. That puts us in a very strong position. We're now in the driving seat over here, and the light tank is not visible to me at the moment, so I can afford to come up here and get that Object 416 in a crossfire before he gets to do any real nasty damage to anybody. And he's eliminated from the fight, and then the Batchat 12T appears now. He's popped out and he's put a round or two in my direction. But he's now in trouble because there's two tanks coming in on top of him, and I think he's about to run out of ammunition as well. He's left himself completely overexposed. He shouldn't really be hanging around if he could make a clean break from it. Although with tanks coming in from every side, he probably couldn't, and that is this end of the map cleared up. So I think we have the enemy pretty much on the run. It's just whatever's going on the southern side of the map. Now it's possible somebody might make an end run to the cap circle. Although this is a relatively small map, the cap circles are pretty close together. I don't know if it's possible to really cap out on this map if you're if you're well outnumbered. I don't know if it's possible to actually complete a cap in this map before people can get back to you, unless they're all concentrated, say at the other side of the map or the other cap circle or something like that, and relatively slow tanks. T28 prototype's gone. Might as well keep driving on the low ground. It's not as steep here. We can get over the ridge fairly easily and find the remaining enemy tanks. They've got to be down on the southern end somewhere, and it's just a matter of who spots them first. They're completely outnumbered. No real chance of them winning. Again, we snap a shot off. We managed to get one into the Emile. Come around the corner, wait for the reload. The Emile is a one shot, if I can get the one shot, and don't know what the tank destroyer is or what state it's in at the moment. Now, fire that too high to have any real chance. Should have gone for a hull shot. I don't know if I had enough of the hull there to penetrate. I'm not sure if I could pull it through the upper glacis, but there's no way I was going to penetrate the front of the turret, and I might have actually been better off directing my attention at the Panther 2 at the time. Instead, I'm shooting ineffectually, really. I haven't actually hit any of my targets in the last two shots. And I need to start pushing forward because I don't have any clean line of sight at the moment, and everybody's backed off. And my allies are closing in rapidly, so they're going to get shots off if I don't keep up. So there's the Panther 2 left, a bounce one. Will I get another one in before he's finished off? Because he's pretty close to a one-shot kill. He's managed to bounce the second shot. We put one at the side and we finish him off, and that's it. It's game over. So let's see how we did. We got 4 kills, 11 penetrating ribbons, 6 assisted damage. And in the final analysis, well, nice piece of silver, 2k damage, over 1000 assisted damage, 1000 block damage as well. So pretty good going, second class mastery. And we came number 2 by experience. So pretty satisfactory result. Some other people did better on damage on our team, and yeah, Panther 2 actually, the enemy team did very well. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please give it a like. Feel free to comment, and if you have not already done so, please subscribe to the channel. I will catch you all again soon. Bye for now.